We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers. Not too long ago, two friends of mine were talking to a Cuban refugee, a businessman who had escaped from Castro. And in the midst of his story, one of my friends turned to the other and said, "We don't know how lucky we are." And the Cuban stopped and said, "How lucky you are. I had some place to escape to." And in that sentence, he told us the entire story. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
A criminal group can kill 3,000 of us in broad daylight and suspend the laws of physics and sell this to the people and launch illegal wars and kill over 1 million Iraqis and lie about WMDs in a premeditated fashion. None of us are safe because this same system is still in control, whether we have George Bush, Barack Obama, or somebody like Rick Perry in 3 years in the White House.
Global resistance up in this motherfucker, know what I'm saying? Chris Geo, Big Mac. Where's my motherfucking soldiers at? It's time to strap up and go to war, motherfucker. We're gonna bring it right to the motherfucking front line.
It's like we're living in a cage with invisible walls. The wicked zeitgeist of life making grown men crawl on their knees begging please save us from the boogeymen funded by the CIA, funneled through Arabian banks. Like a shank to the neck, they hit you from the back, no sweat. Hold check and watch us shake and take away your freedom. You really don't need them when you're tucked away safe and protected by FEMA. Then you must be a dreamer like the great pretender. Ask the Second Amendment, why I'll never surrender, but I'll never plead the Fifth. When it comes to September, I'ma yell it from the roof and expose the agenda. It's time to wake up and open your eyes to the matrix. This is going out to the truthers and patriots. Living free and dying hard, speaking through battle scars. An army of one becomes a global resistance. Time to wake up and open your eyes to the matrix. This is going out to the truthers and patriots. Living free and dying hard, speaking through battle scars. An army of one becomes a global resistance. Like I was chosen by God, I was sent with a message to destroy the new world order and dispose of the wreckage. I've been broken and tested, reconstructed, invested, injected with truth. Now the truth has me restless, distressed and aggravated as I rally the masses. Out to make you see what I see when I wear my sunglasses. Watch me singing like a bee, but my name ain't Cash. When we confront the tyranny, give them 33 lashes of truth for the youth, for the red, white, and blue. Fuck the mark of the devil and the NAU. Bilderberg, CFR, keep your new world order. We'll live as free men or we'll die as free soldiers. It's time to wake up and open your eyes to the matrix. This is going out to the truthers and patriots. Living free and dying hard, speaking through battle scars. An army of one becomes a global resistance. It's time to wake up and open your eyes to the matrix. This is going out to the truthers and patriots. Living free and dying hard, speaking through battle scars. An army of one becomes a global resistance.
Let me tell you something, New World Order, it's too late. You can kill people like me. You can shut us down, you can put us in prison. The people got a taste of truth, and there's nothing on earth you can do to stop this information warfare migration.
It's time to wake up and open your eyes to the matrix. This is going out to the truthers and patriots. Living free and dying hard, speaking through battle scars. An army of one becomes a global resistance. It's time to wake up and open your eyes to the matrix. This is going out to the truthers and patriots. Living free and dying hard, speaking through battle scars. An army of one becomes a global resistance.
What's good, folks? Permanent Patriot here. I want you folks to watch this commercial and notice the lady showing the 666 and all the other Illuminati subliminal messages that unless you study Illuminati, you would have no fucking idea. But the carrot, the black guy in the carrot, the shit getting sprinkled on the broccoli, the tahini. Some Illuminati folks need to look into this. Ain't no doubt about it. This is definitely subliminal messaging. And I'm looking into it because I'm looking into Donald Trump, and I'm looking into Hillary Clinton, and I'm looking into Bernie Sanders, because they all fucking socialists, you idiots. Democrat, man. Let me show you something. A variety of social and economic systems characterized by social ownership and democratic control of the government of the means of production, as well as the political ideologies, theories, and movements that aim at their establishment. The establishment. You folks do know who the establishment is, right? Social ownership may refer to forms of public, cooperative, or collective ownership, to citizen ownership of equity, or any combination of these, meaning nothing is yours. You just have it. The government owns it. Just like on the internet. Anything that ends with .org is owned by the government. Period. Anything with a G as in Gmail or Geico are government programs. Geico, Government Employees Insurance Company. This is Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon. Well, Buzz Aldrin was supposed to be. He jumped off first. Nevertheless, they were all Masons, and all did a satanic ritual while they were up there in space, and all did a satanic ritual before they went up there. Let's have a listen at what Mr. Armstrong has to say.
Mr. Armstrong, I do realize that when you were on the moon, you had very little time for gazing upwards. But could you tell us something about what the sky actually looks like from the moon, the sun, the earth, the stars, if any, and so on?
The sky is deep black when viewed from the moon, as it is when viewed from cislunar space, the space between the earth and the moon. The Earth is the only visible object other than the sun that can be seen, although in some reports have seen planets. I myself did not see planets from the surface, but I suspect they might be visible.
Well, he's having a hard time thinking about what he's going to say for someone who's seen the most spectacular fucking sight ever in history. Let's have a look at some other things he had to say.
The Earth is quite beautiful from space and from the moon. It looks quite small and quite remote, but it's very blue and covered with white lace.
That's very blue.
Of the clouds, and the continents are clearly seen, although they have very little color from that distance.
Continents have very little color from that distance. Here we got the first 3 minutes of the Apollo press conference. This is right after. Have a listen.
This time I'd like to introduce the Apollo 11 crew, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin. Neil?
I'd like for you folks to notice how quiet it sounds. I want you folks to notice how nervous these gentlemen look. I want you to notice them noticing you. I want you to notice them looking to Neil for guidance. Like, is he gonna say something? What should we do?
It was our pleasure to have participated in one great adventure. It's an adventure that took place not just in the month of July, but rather one that took place in the last decade. We all here and the people listening in today had the opportunity to share that adventure over its developing and unfolding.
I don't have a fucking clue what to say. And I'm sure right before they went on, they were reminded to tell the truth.
In the past months and years. It's our privilege today to share with you some of the details of that final month of July that was certainly the highlight for the three of us of that decade. We're going to divert a little bit from the format of past.
You notice he said of that decade? The highlight of that decade? You think it would be the highlight of their life? No? That's just me though. What the fuck do I know?
Press conferences and talk about the things that interested us most, in particular the things that occurred on and about the moon.
Look at them. Look at them all.
We will use a number of films and slides which most of you have already seen, and with the intent of pointing out some of the things that we observed on the spot which may not be obvious to those of you who are looking at them here from the surface of Earth.
I think you guys get the message. Yeah? Let's have a listen. Armstrong gave the speech in '69, right there. Previous one. And then he gave one in 1970. And then after that, he didn't give any more speeches. He didn't talk to anybody. Until this. His last speech. To a graduate class of wannabe astronauts, space cadets, NASA freaks.
Thank you, Mr.
Still the same old nervous Neil.
Mr. President, members of Congress.
Listen to him, he can barely talk already. The guy's all choked up.
Fellow astronauts, ladies and gentlemen. Wilbur Wright once noted that the only bird that could talk was the parrot, and he didn't fly very well. So I'll be brief. This week, America has been recalling the Apollo program and reliving the memories of those times in which so many of us,
little nervous,
here, colleagues here in the first rows, were immersed. Our old astrogeology mentor, Gene Schumann, even called in one of his comets to mark the occasion with spectacular Jovian fireworks. and reminding us once again of the power and consequence of celestial extracurricular activities.
Okay, catch it now, folks.
And then sally forth and visit another heavenly body. The principal elements, leaving Earth, navigating in space, and descending to a planet, increase the knowledge of our universe 1,000-fold. Today we have with us a group of students among America's best. To you we say, we've only completed a beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
Remove one of truth's protective layers. Okay. Listen.
That is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
Let's go to one of those layers. Well, what you got here, folks, is one of the protected layers. It's called the firmament, or as idiots know it, the Van Allen radiation belt, or as people of God know it, the firmament. Let's make this simple. Yeah. This is the ancient Hebrew conception, which about 92 to 98% of everyone on earth agrees with. Agrees with their texts, anyway. I mean, hello? That's not a fucking clue right there. Water's above the firmament. Okay, this is the firmament, folks. This black dome thing. You see little windows? There it is. Foundations of the heavens. Foundations of the earth. The great deep, which is the firmament. We'll get to that in a minute. This is the deepest part of the ocean. Foundations of the heavens, the sea, mountains. Okay, sure, that's hell. There's the heavens, chair of God. And let me show you something. Now I want you folks to look. Pay attention real good. Real good. Up and away. Now he's fallen. Falling up. Do you folks catch the drift? If not, there's a lot more. Well, folks, you see all these cool depictions of Earth, right? You know, flat Earth, round Earth, oblate. Oh, look at this crazy one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But at least they're decent looking. But look how many times they're showing you. Right in your fucking face. Right in your fucking face. Okay. Let's see what NASA shows. You notice they always show you the picture going up. You know, show you the Earth and shit. How come they never fly horizontal and get a full screenshot? I'd like for you folks to observe this remarkable photograph taken by the ESSA-7 satellite on 23 November 1968. There's almost no cloud cover. The ice caps, I guess, I don't know, over the surface can be observed, and the hole at the North Pole can be clearly seen. Capiche?